Hi guys, it's Rolf here from Stratovarius. We are here at Turku, Logomo. We just finished the sound check and now I'm showing you guys my setup for tonight. So what we have here, this is a beautiful Pearl drums Masterworks kit. Basically the specs are that the shells are reference, but there is some tweaks on those, like bearings, kind of to boost different qualities of the drums. The drum kit I have today, I have here 8-inch, 10-inch, 12, 14, 16. And how it's different from the setup I used to have, like before COVID, I added the 8-inch tom, and actually we played the latest record, Survive, also having that. And it's kind of essential nowadays. Like we have lots of fast fills there, and I really like how the drum comes up in a mix. So it's a kind of ongoing love affair at the moment with the 8-inch. Definitely the most important drum. Bass drums, 22 inches. I have two bass drums here, but I'm using the double pedal. And the reason for that is that we have 4 channels at the moment actually running for that single bass drum. So we are basically sparing 4 channels by using just one bass drum instead of the second kick as well. It also saves time in the sound checks, especially when we are playing festivals and the schedule is pretty tight. The pedal is actually pretty basic. It's Pearl Redline Eliminator, chain driven. The settings, pretty usual I would say. Medium spring tension, basic beaters, quad beaters. Only small detail I have here. I have the beater weight raised just a bit to make this beater a little bit heavier, which kind of, I think it helps with the control, and I just like to have that weight feeling in the beater, so that's my preference. Also the plate here, heel plate, is on that middle setting, but I don't really know if that's a kind of crucial setting after all. I'm also running on triggers here, so nowadays we are using triggers as well to support the acoustic bass drum sound here, and the trigger is beneath the pedal board, and the reason why I love this setup is that if I'm playing different bass drums on the festivals, the trigger setting still kind of stays the same. So if you compare it to kind of trigger you attach here, there is so many variables with the bass drum skin and also the dampening and the actual like tuning of the drum. So this pedal trigger kind of solves all the problems. So on trigger, excellent triggers, I think. For the main crashes, I'm using Signature fast crashes, 18, 19, and then I have just slightly darker sounding crash here, Signature Reflection, heavy full crash. And the reason for this setting is that I really like these fast crashes as they kind of cut through, especially when we are playing faster songs and I have those quick accents there, so these really kind of transfer out of the drum kit. Chinas, I have actually the same china on both sides. It's a Nova China, 2002 series, 18-inch. For the hi-hats, on this side I have Signature Dark Crisp hi-hat, 14-inch, and on this side Reflector heavy full hi-hat, so it's actually the same series than this crash here. For the ride, I have 20 custom metal ride, and it's actually kind of discontinued line nowadays, so it's really hard to find this, but this has been my main ride for the last 10 years, and it's just really nice. Really kind of heavy cutting bell and really kind of tight, solid attack. So it's perfect for our kind of music. For the effects, I actually use a little bit different cymbals there from time to time, but now I'm using Signature, Splash, 10-inch, and then I have PST-X Swish Flanger Stack, which is actually a little bit beaten, but it's kind of sounding trashy at the moment, so I like it very much. For the sticks, I'm using Los Cabos 2Bs, and I really like the stick because it's kind of heavy, kind of ordinary 2B, beefy stick, but the actual shoulder of the stick is going like quite far up here, so actually it's feeling pretty light, so you can have some delicate stuff happening in your playing as well, instead of if you have like super kind of front heavy stick, which usually is also feeling quite kind of bulky to play, so to speak. For the trigger module, I'm using Roland TM2 with my own sample, of course, and it's run to my in-ears and front of house. Then actually in the front of house we are now also running another trigger from the actual VST software. So it's sounding pretty massive when you combine those two samples, and then you still have two mics and a bass drum. So it's sounding really good in front of house. Then we are running Ableton Live for the backing tracks. So as you can see, there's plenty of scenes, and I'm just starting all the backing tracks from here, and that's how our show is run through. One of the most important gear I need for our shows is actually in-ear monitors, and I'm using Heroes. Really good stuff. So these are custom made, and basically these provide me with the perfect sound, so it's easy to play our songs and have everything tightly together, so to speak. Thank you guys for checking this video and checking Antti's excellent drum channel. Keep on rocking the metal.